Hello and welcome to Kodate Parenting. Kodate Parenting app is the only app which helps you change your child's behavior one goal at a time. The QR code is there and you can download the app from either iOS or Google Play Store. In this video, we are going to look at how we can change our children's behavior using atomic habits methodology. All of us must have heard of Atomic Habits book at one point or the other. Some of us must have read that as well. But then, when you read Atomic Habits, it is meant for you to change your behavior. But how is it going to be useful when you have to change somebody else's behavior? And somebody who is your kid, and there are so many other temperamental issues which are going on already. And this is where we are trying to help you with how we can use the habit loop, which James Clear talks about, to help your child change their behavior with your help. So, when you look at how habit loops are formed, I mean, there are four steps to that: cue, craving, response, and reward. It is a kind of a cyclical thing. Whatever is something which is triggering you becomes a craving. And then, when you actually act on that craving, it becomes a response. And the feeling which you get due to that response is the reward. And this loop keeps going on and on. For example, you're feeling thirsty, you see a ad of or banner of some cola company, you go buy that, and then while you drink that, whatever is the craving which you had gets satisfied, and that is what is the reward. But then you are on a mission to avoid sugar or sugary drinks, then the craving part is not what you actually go and change. You kind of change from the cue part itself, and that is what is this habit loop all about. And there are four behavioral changes which he talks about, and these behavioral changes are based on those four steps itself. The cue, whatever behavior change you want to make, has to be made obvious. The craving of whatever is the behavior which you want to change has to be made attractive. The response to it has to be completely easy and beneficial, and the reward has to be so satisfying that you want to continue this loop again. These are the four laws of behavior change. But I'm not going to overwhelm you with too many things. We're going to take just the first law and see what exactly happens. Why are we not able to change our behavior, and what can help us change the behavior? When it comes to our children's behavior, we want a certain ideal behavior, but then we are not able to get that to happen. So that is what we are actually trying to change here. So, what is it that you want? Let us take a very simple example of waking up. As soon as the kids wake up, you want them to go and brush their teeth. But then many a times they don't brush their teeth, they just goof around and all that, and you have to be behind them to go and brush the teeth. This is for very young children I'm talking about. And if you want to change that behavior, as soon as they wake up, brushing their teeth has to become the next habit, and we are going to see how we can do habit stacking to ensure that this behavior happens. But before we go into all those things, I always say parents take one step back, look at what children are doing currently, how these children are behaving, take stock of the current situation before you go and act on it and try and change their behavior. And also, one more thing which I want to tell you is, if you have like some five or six things you want to change, pick one thing which you feel is the biggest priority and work on that. And when you get that changed, then you can go to the next one. So, Codate Parenting app actually helps you understand and analyze which is the goal which you have to work on, identifies that goal, and helps you working on those things. When you do those activities which comes as nudges to you in Codate Parenting app, you will know that the cue which you have actually noticed and the craving which is coming up between these two phase, when you insert the activity which you are actually going to be doing with your child on an everyday basis, which is suggested by Coded Parenting app, you can see an easy shift in the child's behavior. So let us look at what this first law is all about. Make it obvious. So what is making it obvious? So when you take this one step back and notice the entire behavior pattern of your child from morning to evening, there are certain things which you will notice. Before even your child actually does whatever is the thing which you feel has to be changed, there are certain things or markers or triggers which happen. And that trigger, when it happens itself, you get alert that okay, the next thing which is going to happen is this particular behavior. So that is the one thing which you have to start noticing. What is the trigger before this particular behavior happens? Is it desirable, not desirable? You have to take a stock of it. So what you would do is, normally, whatever are the behavior which you are noticing, make a list of it. And then next to that behavior, put a plus or a minus or an equal to based on whatever is the nature of that behavior. In this list which is given here, you have waking up, which is equal to, they anyways wake up, so there isn't anything plus or minus about it. Entering the house after playing, there is no plus or minus about it. Eating dinner, they anyways do that. Watching YouTube, it's a minus. Similarly, brushing your teeth is a plus behavior. Washing off germs is again a plus behavior. Switching off a gadget is a plus behavior. But when there is an alarm clock going off and they snooze the button, it is a minus behavior. Take stock of their entire behavior pattern and put a plus or minus and see which is the one thing which you would like to change. Now comes the very important part called as habit stacking. So, why did we do this? We are trying to make things obvious, and what is not obvious is not something which is visual and which cannot be measured and which cannot be managed as well. So, once you have made this obvious, what you're going to do is you're going to have a formula for stacking the habit which you want, the desirable habit that you want. Let me give you an example. Imagine this circumstance. Your kid is down playing with the friends, everything, and then they come home and they just throw the shoes here and there, the socks here and there, and enter immediately into the kitchen and stuff themselves with whatever is the food which is available. You want certain things done before that, right? The shoes have to be in the place which is allocated, dirty socks in the laundry hamper, hands and mouth and all washed properly before they go and touch the food. So here is where you are going to stack the habit. There are certain behaviors which you would have noticed, and after they have eaten, what is it that they do? They'll go sit and probably play a game or maybe watch something or something like that. They might not immediately jump into studying. So, that behavior, or before they enter into studying, if that is the desirable behavior, between these two, you will stack the new habit. As soon as they enter the house, which is the current habit, you will start the new habit which says now you go and place the shoes in the shoe rack, put the socks in the laundry hamper, wash your hands and come. Put the laundry hamper near the wash basin or some place where they can immediately go turn and wash the hand. Make the environment prepared so that the new habit is possible for them. Once they get habituated with this, then wherever is the laundry hamper, they will generally be motivated to put the socks over there only. Before we go into that stage, let's make things obvious, let's make things easy in the environment for them to get to that particular habit, and then tell them to go and eat whatever is the food which is prepared over there. So this is the shift which you will make. Let us see a couple of examples for that. After playing outside, enter the house, clean up, and probably after that, I will do 10 maths problem. Whatever is the thing which you want your child to achieve, write it out. Write it out as a kind of a habit contract. Both of you sign in it and say that okay, this is the habit which I am choosing to change, and for this, I am saying that I will do these things before I eat. Your child will write that as a statement, and you and your child will sign, co-sign in that statement, and have it in a place which is visible for both of you to see, so that that contract has been given its due importance and you also see the benefit happening. The reverse of it is, before you play the game, you want your children to eat the vegetables. Get Tell them that only if you finish eating the vegetables, you will be able to go and play the games. So this kind of a reverse stacking also is possible. So before you get into changing your child's behavior, take stock of whatever is the behavior, identify which are the positives and the negatives, prioritize on what you want to change, and do habit stacking. In the next video, we'll go into how you can actually work on craving. So, for more parenting resources, you can follow us on all this medium. Have a great day.